We all make mistakes, whether it's things we've said or done, because mistakes are human. And our natural inclination is to want to ignore the fact that we've made those mistakes. But the healing, the way that we get to heal ourselves is actually by looking at those mistakes and trying to understand, how did we get there? What in our worldview, what in our perception led us? What was broken inside that led us to that mistake? And that's actually the healing. It's not the running away. We think we could just put it all behind us and just move on, but sometimes we really need to go back and notice, what was it about that situation? What was it about the way that I was looking at the world that made me act that way? And we also have to think about and consider the way that we impacted other people, the ways that what we did actually hurt not only the other people outside of us, but hurt us too. See, this week, the brothers are coming to visit Joseph, their long lost brother, who's now in a position of power over them. They're asking him for food, and he has the ability to determine their fate. And first he tests them. He wants to see the brothers who cast him in a pit all those years ago, are they changed? And what we find out is it's actually not because they've ignored the fact of what they've done, it's that they have changed. And they have changed. It's because they understand the impact of what they did and how it impacted not only them, not only their brother, but their parents and their entire family dynamic. And because of that, because of realizing the harm that they did, that they caused, they would never do that again. And that is what the healing comes from looking at the difficulty, looking at the part of us that we aren't maybe so proud of. And when we do that, we're never the same after that. Once we've done that work, we can never, not that we're going to be perfect, but we never go down that exact route ever again. And it's not by beating ourselves up. We can do this through compassion, understanding that we really were doing our best that we possibly could at that time. And we would do it differently now, but that's not a condemnation of who we were. That's just understanding that that person was suffering. They had a messed up worldview, who I was before, didn't understand the fullness, didn't understand the impact of my actions. And now I understand, and I wouldn't act that way again. And it helps us not only be compassionate for ourselves back then, but for ourselves now, that we weren't perfect then and we're not perfect now. And we also then understand that people who are messing up, people who aren't getting it right now in our lives, other people, they too are doing their best. It doesn't mean that it's okay what they're doing, but we can understand from a place of compassion. That person is messing up because of something that's broken inside of them, because they really don't understand the impact of their actions. They too are doing their best. And when we do this work, instead of running away, instead of trying to just move past the mistakes that we've made without considering the ways that we got there and what it was that motivated us and the impact of those actions, when we do that with a sense of compassion, our entire lives are changed. The whole scope of our lives moves in a different direction.